Good morning, chefs. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about cutting boards. There is always a debate on what is better, plastic cutting boards or wood cutting boards, so I thought it would be useful to go through sort of the pros and cons of both and help you understand where you lie in the argument. So first of all, when we talk about cleaning things, we're talking about first cleaning is just removing debris, the debris that you can see. And then we need the second part, which is sanitizing. It means killing everything that you can't see. And that's usually where most of the argument comes down with what side you lie on, plastic cutting boards or wood cutting boards. So let's go through plastic cutting boards first. Plastic cutting boards are what you're gonna find in most commercial and home kitchens. Why? Because they are affordable, they're lightweight, they're easy to clean. Also, they're dishwasher safe, which means anything that that you want to sanitize as far as bacteria, things that you can't see, put them in to the dishwasher and usually they perform pretty well. So some of the drawbacks to plastic cutting boards are that they can develop these deep grooves that can harbor bacteria and yucky things, and then it doesn't really matter how well you clean, they are really deep in there. They can also warp, that's a major problem, and even if you're putting them in the dishwasher, you put them in the wrong place, they can get bent, they can melt. That also might be an issue for those of you who use your cutting boards in the sunlight. So they are easier to sanitize in the short term, but they are less durable. That's kind of what I would say when it comes to plastic cutting boards. Okay, now let's talk about wood cutting boards. So wood cutting boards have been used for centuries. They're usually made of hardwoods like maple or teak, and wood is unique because it is naturally antimicrobial. It's a little bit easier on your knife. You can see that the grooves from the knife aren't as deep, so you don't have to worry about harboring bacteria. But some of the negatives of wood cutting boards are that they can't be put in the dishwasher. You're not supposed to do that. So if you are doing that, please don't do that. They have to be washed by hand and they have to be dried thoroughly to make sure that they aren't harboring bacteria. So those are must-dos. You also have to oil wood cutting boards, which I will go to a friend's house and see the cutting boards starting to kind of crack. That's because they have to be oiled, and they have oils that you can do this. I think most of them are like high-grade mineral oils, to be honest. You can't oil them with vegetable oils that are already in your house because it'll get in there and then it'll start to go rancid, and you don't want that. So they're a little bit fussy, I guess, is the issue with wood cutting boards, and they're a bit more expensive. If you've looked around, you know that you can get a good plastic cutting board for 20 bucks, and maybe actually, I think we went to Sam's the other day and they were like $12.99. A good wood cutting board, even something this size, is $30, but my cutting board here that I use, and a lot of the creators, online teachers, these are gonna run anywhere from 100 to 120. I think I got the maple one, which was 150. It was a Christmas present. So that's quite the investment, but look at it, it's a beast. So that should give you some feedback on where you lay on the whole cutting board situation and help you make better choices for what you want to do in your kitchen at this time. Caring for a wood cutting board is important to ensure its longevity and prevent bacterial growth. Here are some tips on how to care for a wood cutting board. Wash the board with hot soapy water after each use. Be sure to use a scrub brush or sponge to get into any grooves or crevices. Rinse the board thoroughly with hot water. Dry the board completely after washing. Use a clean towel to wipe the board dry, then let it air dry standing up on its edge. Apply a food-grade mineral oil to the board once a month or as needed. Mineral oil helps to prevent the board from drying out and cracking. To apply, pour a small amount of oil onto the board and spread it evenly with a clean cloth or a paper towel. Let the oil soak into the board for a few hours or overnight, then wipe off any excess oil with a dry cloth. Lastly, with wood cutting boards, don't put them in the dishwasher. Dishwashers can cause wood cutting boards to warp, crack, or lose their natural oils. By following these tips, you can ensure that your wood cutting board stays in great condition and provides a safe and hygienic surface for food preparation. So we know that cutting boards are one of the most essential tools in the kitchen, but when is it time to get rid of a cutting board? Let's talk about it. So with plastic boards and wood boards, it's obviously going to be different, but here are some common factors that you need to consider because it all comes down to your decision. First of all, if there's any really deep grooves that you cannot get out with sanding, you can use a little hand sander, just like you'd buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. If you can't get those grooves out and you know that you're not getting those grooves clean, it's time to trash it. Also, when it comes to plastic cutting boards, it's gonna be kind of an age limit. I actually looked in my culinary textbook and it says, use your best judgment, but probably every 2 years you need to go ahead and replace plastic cutting boards. Now you have to consider how much you're using it when you think about that. If you're cooking with it a lot, then you probably need to replace it even more often. Another issue is going to be any kind of discoloration. If you see discoloration, I guess if you're using tomatoes all the time, you may discolor your board a little pink, but that is also actually a sign of bacteria that's growing inside. So anytime you see discoloration that can't be sanded out, it's time to get rid of it. Another is odors. This is a big one. If your cutting board smells, the smell is coming from bacteria and entrapped food. If you cannot get it out, it's time to let it go. Now, when it comes to wood cutting boards, the one thing that I did want to mention is these bamboo cutting boards are becoming very popular. As you can see, this one is from IKEA. We use this mostly for photos here, but bamboo is not a hardwood. It's soft. These break, they become brittle. I've actually seen a whole piece just chonk off that I had to throw away. And anytime that happens, obviously you're gonna have to get rid of these. Wood oil does help, but it doesn't necessarily cure the whole problem. So with bamboo cutting boards, need to replace these a lot more often. With our hardwood boards that we've spent a lot of money on, as long as there's no deep grooves, you're gonna be okay. But again, you have to use your best judgment when you're getting deep gashes in there, especially over years of use. If you can't sand it out, if you can't get that groove out, you're not effectively cleaning it. So you have to keep that into consideration and always replace your boards anytime you have smells, colors. When in doubt, throw it out.